If menopause tips worked, you wouldn't be awake at 3 a.m. wondering, who the heck am I now? And why can't I just get some sleep? You want to know when this is going to stop, and tips aren't cutting it. I know that anxious feeling of dread that just won't go away no matter what you do. I understand what it's like to toss and turn at night trying to get to sleep. And then when you finally do, you find yourself suddenly waking up at 3 a.m. in a panic or drenched in sweat, or you gotta pee. Or maybe you're lucky enough to get the trifecta and all three happen at once. You don't remember the last time you felt like yourself, but you sure do miss that old version of yourself. You might be wondering if you are going to have to resort to HRT or other medications, and some of us prefer the natural route. I get it. I'm like that too. Or maybe you're more than happy to take the meds, but you've been told that you can't or you shouldn't. Or maybe you're taking the meds, but they're just not working as well as you'd like them to. So here you are, looking for tips on how to deal with menopause naturally. But here's the deal about tips. And you might be surprised to hear me say this because sometimes I give tips. They don't work. Tips alone don't work. And here's why. Tips are disconnected. They don't give you the whole big picture. Tips don't account for your unique life, your responsibility, the roles that you play in life, your day-to-day. They don't account for what that looks like. They don't account for your baseline level of stress because that varies for everyone. They don't account for your specific triggers, your beliefs, and the environments that you're in. They're generic. They don't treat you as the whole unique woman that you are. Tips don't provide a sequence or a structure step by step, so it feels like you're always guessing. They're scattered, and you have to figure out how the pieces fit together. And even if you do figure out how they fit together, there are gaps, major pieces missing when you're dealing with just tips. Tips don't touch on the nervous system component of menopause, nor the subconscious piece and patterns that are contributing to how you feel and the pain and struggle that you're dealing with during menopause. Most tips don't even mention any of that. Tips don't provide a mechanism for emotional processing, and emotional processing is a huge part of what happens with menopause. Tips don't provide a mechanism for accountability for you to figure out what unique tools and mechanisms actually work for you so that you can stick with something long enough to find out if it actually works. Here's an example. Now, what I do goes way beyond meditation, but once in a while there will be a hint of something along the lines of meditation or visualization. And women will say, "Ugh, meditation doesn't work for me. I can't sit still, I can't meditate, whatever." And I always wonder, and sometimes I ask, well, what kind of meditation did you do? How many times did you try it? Did you just try one thing and it didn't work and you gave up? A 10-minute thing on an app and you did it for 2 minutes and it didn't work for you? Or did you work with somebody to help you through it? Now, when I use meditation, it's not for spiritual. It's not the empty your head and sit and think of nothing. That's hard and that's different. That's a whole different thing. The meditation that I do has to do with tapping into your subconscious so that you can guide it to influence your well-being. So if you think meditation doesn't work for you, or these women who say that, they're getting meditation tips, right? So it's just this little piece of it instead of looking at the whole big picture of how I'm using it to go deeper and to affect things that actually help you control or be in at least more control of your menopause experience. Now, this meditation scenario is only one example of how tips alone are not enough. The worst part is that following tips that don't work for you can actually be more harmful because it'll discourage you from using tools that might work if you were given the right context, if you were given the big picture, if you had the whole story, and you had somebody with decades of experience guiding you. So I'm done giving just tips. I'm going deeper. And if that's for you, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and don't leave yet because we're going deeper right now. Instead of tips, here's what you really need: a path. You need a roadmap, a step-by-step process. You need a clear sequence that connects how you feel today with how you want to feel, let's say 90 days from now. When you have a clear 90-day roadmap, let's look at what could happen for you. In month 1, you could have hope restored. Why? Because right now you think menopause is in control, but I know differently. I know that there are actually things that you have control over. And in that first month, you can learn what those things are, the circumstances and situations in your life, some of the details that you can actually tweak easily even, and start to feel more empowered. And like menopause isn't totally in control. You're not at the mercy of menopause after all. You actually are in charge of some of those levers. You just didn't know it. Nobody showed you. So in that first month, you're going to learn what those levers are, those little things in your life that you can tweak and actually have some control. You can even start looking at your future. Get past that, I'm just surviving the day, and start making plans. Start creating a vision for your future, and recognizing that you actually still have a lot of life to live, and you can have the energy and the health and the vibrance to live the kind of life that you want to live, and not just like struggle to get out of bed each day. So I get that it's kind of hard to see right now, but that's the potential. That's where the hope is restored. In that first 30 days, you can even have simple tools that help you diffuse triggers and other undesirable effects of menopause, like in the moment, right as they're happening. And that's where the real control is. In month 2, you can fill those gaps, those missing pieces that the tips don't cover, right? Those big, huge gaps. You can have an indispensable toolkit that will support you with your nervous system and emotional regulation. And you'll really start finding your way back to you, that old version of you that you miss. And you can start getting your life back. Now, month 3 is the part of the roadmap where you can get into the tangible, physical nitty-gritty. You can look at what kind of toxins might be disrupting your endocrine system, and you can learn how to protect your endocrine system from more disruptions so that the hormonal changes aren't actually amplified by your environment. And then you want to make sure that you maintain the transformation that you're creating all this time, right? So that's where you incorporate simple systems that make these changes last. So if you're the kind of person that either doesn't want to take HRT or meds, or you can't, or you are and it's just not working, then this is especially powerful for you. It doesn't mean you have to suffer through, okay? You have a path forward. This roadmap gives you everything you need. Ongoing support for your nervous system and for your mindset. Tools that match your specific triggers and your lifestyle, not generic advice. And it gives you a way to make changes feel safe and sustainable, not overwhelming and like some big self-improvement project. Now, if the idea of this roadmap landed for you, I've created it for you. So you don't have to keep trying to piece everything together and have all the missing pieces. You're going to have all the pieces. The link is in the description. You're going to get a PDF of the complete roadmap along with the week-by-week action plan, step-by-step, what to do every week, every step of the way, along with the details, like the questions that you ask yourself so that you can complete each action easily. I've given you the complete GPS so you can just like hop in your metaphorical car and drive down the road from right now to feeling better, getting yourself back, getting your life back at the end of this path. And if as you're going through this, you discover that you're the kind of person who actually wants somebody sitting next to you, giving you personalized guidance and telling you all along the way, helping you along the way, being in the car with you, basically. I'm actually going to share something soon on how you can work with me on a deeper level. Now, go get that roadmap and start working through it and connect with me. Let me know how it's going for you, because even here, even in this space, I want to work with you on a deeper level. And to do that, it has to be a two-way street. So let me know how it's going. Let me know if you have questions. And even if we never work together beyond that, I still want to connect with you here and serve you on a deeper level.